the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, they beat the Chargers 20-17 on Monday Night Football to bounce back after getting absolutely obliterated in Santa Clara 42-10. So, Kaz, as our guest, I'm going to start things off with you. What did you think about what we just saw from the Cowboys beating the Chargers on Monday Night Football?
Yeah, man. So just like a lot of people, I was disappointed. I wanted the Cowboys to lose for obvious reasons. With them being in our division, I was just like, they're not. I was just talking to Kevin before we started. I was like, they're not an impossible team to beat. They're very beatable right now, and the Chargers coming off a bye week. I'm like, they have the firepower to do it, and they displayed it today with Keenan Allen and not so much Austin Eckler. But I mean, they had multiple opportunities. And just the game altogether was it was sloppy. Outside of Keenan Allen, it was just a slop fest. Flags every other play, and it could have went either way. The Dallas Cowboys could have kind of took off one way, and the Chargers lose, or the Chargers could have took off given all the opportunities they had. So I mean, just a sloppy game, and unfortunately for me being an Eagles fan, the Cowboys won. So.
Jaevon, what did you think about the Cowboys bouncing back with the win against the Chargers?
Yeah, we're back, baby. We're back. We're taking the division on. We're taking on the NFC. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great day for Cowboy fans. For the Niners having lost and the Eagles lost on Sunday. Cowboy fans, they're back in the groove now. We haven't in the group chat that we're in. Cowboy fans are coming out of the woodworks. We haven't seen or heard from them in weeks since the Sunday Night Football game, and now all of a sudden they're back. I kind of expected this, even though I did bet on the Chargers to win. Like Kaz already said, Herbert was a little bit. It was a very sloppy game. They turned the ball over a lot. They went for it on fourth down a couple of times. Albeit on one of the times that they ended up going for it, they turned it into points, but not so much the other times. So if you kind of look at it, the Cowboys had less turnovers. The Cowboys had less penalties, and that kind of was the deciding factor in the game. Now, albeit, Michael Parsons ends up getting his first sack. He's been the guy. I've been on the podcast talking a lot, this, that, and the third, saying they're going to do this and that. Watch out for us. But, I thought Stephon Gilmore came up clutch for them with the clutch interception at the end. Brandon Staley is showing why he should be fired as a head coach. I have no idea why he still has a head coaching job in this league. I don't think he's that good. And Herbert pretty much is pressured on almost every throw. And he's still, I think this is third going on third or fourth year. He still doesn't have an offensive line. And so basically the Chargers are very quarterback dependent. If Justin Herbert doesn't have an outstanding game, throw for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, the Chargers can't win. Albeit they did have Austin Eckler back, which is a huge plus for them in the run game and also the passing game as well. If Justin Herbert doesn't have a spectacular game, they don't win. And, I don't mean to, blame things on the rookies, but Kaz also mentioned basically outside of Keenan Allen, they don't have any other guy to really throw the ball to. Quentin Johnson, the receiver out of TCU, the first round draft pick that they had, he had 0 catches. He had like 2 targets, 0 catches. So the Chargers are missing Mike Williams, a big target that they have, who they did just sign for like $20 million, and he ended up tearing his ACL earlier in the year. So outside of Keenan Allen, there's not really much of an offense or much of a pass offense with this Chargers offense. So, Kellen Moore is going to have to dial up a little bit and scheme up maybe Quentin Johnson a little bit more to get him involved in this offense. But now starting to get Austin Eckler, acclimated with his offense, missing about 3 weeks with his high ankle sprain. So it's going to be tough for this Chargers team. They're 2-3 now, and they haven't even played the Chiefs yet. So it's going to get a whole lot worse for them now. So congrats to the Cowboys. You guys are 4-2 now, and they got all the momentum back.
Kevin, I wanted to ask you more so of a different question rather than just about the game itself. Was this more of a Cowboys win to you, or was this a Chargers loss? Because the Chargers seem to find many different ways to lose games.
I was thinking that. I think that the Chargers really missed a lot of throws, and Justin Herbert missed Keenan Allen on probably 2 touchdowns. You make those 2 plays, it's a whole different ball game. So, but like Toddy mentioned, we've seen that Justin Herbert year after year puts up these big numbers, but he has a big number in the sack total because they just can't put a good D-line around him. They committed the early picks to Rashawn Slater, and he's been doing his thing. But on the other side, you saw that Micah Parsons was purposely lining up over individuals over there and just taking advantage of them. So they have to figure out what they're doing up front. But I know we're giving the Cowboys all this credit, but the Cowboys almost Cowboy. They almost lost that game. Like, as much as we want to say we want to come in here and toot their horn, the Cowboys won yesterday. They went to sleep yesterday saying no matter what happens tomorrow, we got a chance. We got who cares what happens? We got a chance. They went to bed, and all I saw was everyone posting the standings. Not that they had a game the next day, just the standings. Like, they already won. The us losing those games, and us for the audio only listeners of the Niners and the Eagles, you would have thought the Cowboy fans won the Super Bowl yesterday.
But did y'all win though? But did y'all win yesterday, though?
I mean, we get into that later, man. But to answer the question, I think the Chargers lost this game more than the Cowboys won it. We saw Dak come out there and really have to come in. And after the Niner game, there's a lot of things to said about him. There's already a lot of things said about Dakota Prescott. So for him to come in here and get this W on the road shows that this team could be cooking. I don't know if they're back, like Toddy mentioned before the show, but we'll see where they go from here.
Well, he looked like he was back at Mississippi State, Kev. He looked like he was back. That was the same day.
And Kaz, we have a group chat for our Stats Over Politics Fantasy Football League. And in this group chat, there are several 49ers fans, several Cowboys fans. I mean, alongside his wife, Alyssa, Kevin's on Eagles Island by himself. And so weekly, what Kevin deals with is everyone in the chat basically becoming a fan of whoever is opposing the Eagles. Like last week, everyone was Commanders fans. Everyone became Jets fans this week. And I actually experienced as a 49ers fan what Kevin goes through every single week. I experienced that yesterday because one of my friends who's a Cowboys fan, he decided to post onto his Instagram story the Cleveland Browns graphic of the 5-0 becoming 5-1 and with the score. And so I replied to him and I just said 42-10, stay mad. He said 17-19. I was like, y'all boys don't play till tomorrow. He said, that's true. And I said, even after tomorrow, the 49ers and Eagles will both have a better record than the Cowboys, regardless of what happens on Monday Night Football. He was like, that is also true. And so had to humble some Cowboys fans. But ultimately, I wanted to ask you, Kaz, before we moved on to the Eagles, just what you're looking forward to the most about that upcoming matchup between the Cowboys and the Eagles, because it's going to be good.
So first off, I'm going to say, just kind of go off of what you just said. The thing about when you're a good team, which the Eagles the past 2 seasons, clearly we're a good team. It's just like the 49ers, multiple seasons, you have a good team. It just comes with it, man. Like, you have a lot, you're public enemy number 1, no matter what. As much as there's a little bit of animosity between the Niners and the Eagles right now, because of last season and how that panned out, like I like you said, you felt our pain. Like, man, I got targeted for after we lost the game. I'm like, man, like now I know what it's like. And it just comes with it, it's a good problem to have when you're a good team. People are preying on your downfall. And when you show one sign of weakness, like both of our teams did yesterday, they're going to come out the woodworks and they're going to attack you. So, yeah, welcome to that. That's a good problem to have. It sucks, but you got to own it. You got to wear it like a badge of honor, Now, as for the matchup coming up, so I did a video with one of my Cowboys homies. He lives in Texas. I believe we did it in July, and we did pretty much we went through every game and did early predictions. And I said this year we're sweeping the Cowboys. I said this is the year. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. We've gone through the Carson Wentz stuff. We've gone through the back-to-back seasons of being extremely injured. We have no excuse now. What's going to happen this year is we're going to see the Cowboys in Philadelphia first. We're going to dog walk them 100%. I'm looking forward to that. And then we're going to go to Texas, and I'm going to be at that game as well in December, and we're going to handle business, and we're going to walk away, and I don't want to hear a word from Cowboys fans moving forward. That's it. You guys at your best, us at our best.
When's the last time y'all swept the Cowboys?
It's been a while. But the thing is, since 2017. There's a few times where we sat our starters and the Cowboys would get a win. Like 2017, the year we went to Super Bowl, the score I believe it was 6-0. Cowboys won. We played our 4 stringers. That should have been a sweep. A sweep. You know what I'm saying?
What about the year they put up like 50 on y'all? Did y'all sit y'all stars that game too? I think so.
Yeah, we did. Yep, we did. Yeah. We did. So it's been kind of. Don't get me wrong. I'm a realist, man. I'll keep it straight. The Cowboys have gotten the best of Philadelphia in recent years up until now. Now it's a little different. So now I think that these 2 meetings are massive, and I'm looking forward just to the simple fact that we can finally solidify this is us at our best. There's no excuse. You guys were at your best. You got the Parsons. You got the Stephon Gilmore. You got Pollard. You said Zeke was a problem. Now you got Pollard there. There's no excuse. Whoever comes out on top this year gets all bragging rights, and I think we're going to sweep the Cowboys. So I'm looking forward to that first meeting, and I think it's going to be a blowout in Philadelphia.
Now joining us on episode number 56 of Stats Over Politics is the 4th member of our crew who has overcome a lot of adversity tonight with technical difficulties. Now joining us is none other than Garry Singh. How we doing, Garry?
Mr. Hinesfield.
My guys, what's happening? I know it's a tough day to walk up in here. My team's on a bye and come with 2 losses on this side, but it's good. Nice to meet you, my guy, Kaz.
What's
Eagles
going on,
fan, okay. We'll see what's happening. We don't care about Cowboys hate, so it don't matter about here. My whole family's Cowboys fan, but they're gonna be in the chat, but they won't be having a mic right now. So go ahead, keep it going.
Oh, how's the household over there? I know that it's rowdy.
Oh, it's rowdy over there right now.
That's the only thing rides the way when they up. When they down, you're like, my team sucks, man. So that's how it's going over here.
Oh yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you, Garry, about what you thought about this Monday Night Football matchup because as it just ended minutes before we went live here, and you really are the best representative of them boys for us here on Stats Over Politics since you have so many family members that are Steelers fans or Cowboys fans, even though you are a Steelers fan. And so I just wanted to get your take on what we just saw on Monday Night Football.
To be honest with you, I feel like the Cowboys were due to this game because basically the beatdown they got last week by the Niners. They're bound to come back and had a bounce back game this week. I think like Kaz mentioned, like they're going to have a tough schedule coming up. I think they play Philly coming up, and I think they play the Rams coming up too. So this was a crucial win if they actually wanted to keep their playoff hopes alive. Obviously, if they want to keep right next to Philly in their division. So this was a crucial win for them. The Chargers kind of give this one away in some instances. I know Justin Herbert was just a little off today, man. I know me and Shaun love Justin Herbert and usually does wonders for us and usually makes those great plays. And, everyone kind of dogs the coach for making the decisions he makes. And, this is Kellen Moore's return against the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. So it was really hyped up. But I feel like the Chargers fell short in some aspects, especially they couldn't really get the run game going. And, that last play, they finally let Parsons through at the wrong time when they probably could have sealed the deal in a 2-minute drive. What would Justin Herbert would look like? I thought he was going to do it, to be honest. I thought he was going to come down. They had some timeouts. And I thought, since the Cowboys were a little bit nervous not to go on that 4th down, they kicked the field goal, which was kind of surprising. They, put the pressure on. I was like, Herbert, 2-minute drill? It's a wrap. It's over. They're going to go home crying today. It's going to be looking tough for the next couple of weeks. But you know what? You got to give credit where credit is due. The Cowboys defense stepped up right at the end, and it was a defensive game, surprisingly not. I'm glad I picked up the Chargers in my fantasy league just, because my Steelers defense was sitting out this week. So that was a good pickup for me. But I just feel like Justin Herbert kind of let go. We have 2 of those big deep balls to Keenan Allen that were basically dropped. One was a little bit too far ahead of him. So, I was on Justin Herbert right there. So the Chargers being the Chargers where they're being, you have great instances, but they haven't been great a whole game yet. So that's, that kind of bit them at the end of this game. And, got to give credit where credit is due. Dak had a bounce back week, played a little better. I believe no interceptions today. So, clean that up. And, yeah, it was an ugly game. 2017, you would probably expect this would have been a higher scoring affair, but the Cowboys squeaked it out.